Well, what you see here is the old railroad grade on the upper grade in this area. This is Iron Goat Trail, in case you were wondering. And all this wood you see piled up here, this is the old snow sheds. They would build out like a roof over the tracks, so the snow, when it would avalanche, would just run right over the top of the tracks and on down. And they had to abandon this because it was just too hostile of an environment, and there was a better route on the other side of the valley. So you can see that avalanches didn't stop just because they moved the railroad. All along the trail on both sides, the upper and lower grade, you can see root balls of trees like this. You check that out. This is, it just, the snow has come down in an avalanche and just ripped this tree out by the roots. Another one back here. And then they just came by in the spring and rebuilt the trail right here with a little rock retaining wall. And we just see this kind of thing all along here. You can see how the trees are bent over and pushed over from every year getting hit by snow. And you look right up here and you can see that path right through the trees. That's like that's steeper than a 45-degree angle up that hill. It's probably closer to a 60-70 degree angle, and it just like a chute comes ripping down through there and right over here. And just, you can tell these trees aren't very old right here. These might be 10 years old, and because they're alders, they grow fast. And this one here is just like 3-4 years old, and eventually the snow will come ripping through here and rip these out too. Nothing beat the panoramas of this valley though, boy, I tell you what. This is Stevens Pass at its finest. You just look out over the valley, see the clouds wisping through, looking over the tops of the trees. Look at how steep those mountains are. That's not too steep right there. Most of them are steeper than that. Alright, we're on the upper grade. Once again, do not enter the tunnels. It's too much cave-in stuff going on. Nobody has maintained this tunnel since 1929. So as much as I want to go in this tunnel, it says don't. So the way things work for me, I'd go in there and first thing that happened is a rock would fall on my head. So we're going to go take a look in the entrance. Probably a pond. Yeah, you can see all the rock that's fallen and the drips of water and dripping down. Yeah, it's too bad because, man, I wish we could go through the tunnel. It looks like it's caved in just about 100 feet in. Completely blocked off. I may not be, but close enough. But trains used to come blasting through here right up until 1929. Nestled in amongst the Devil's Club. You can see why it's called Devil's Club. Look at the spines on that thing. That'd hurt. Yeah, check out this tree. Yeah, just, you can tell it's been hit by an avalanche or two. It's twisted and gnarly and mossy and climbing, and yet it goes clear up and reaches for the sky. Yeah. But it won't be too long. A couple more years probably, and down she'll come. Well, we're walking along another snow shed wall, and I'm seeing something up here that looks kind of interesting. You can probably hear it. See the water coming down. Running down the wall. Down here. Comes along. And right in between some foundation pillars that have been here since, 1916 or so. You can see the rebar in the wall getting exposed over time. Pretty impressive stuff. Take a look out here. You can see why these snow sheds were necessary. See all these trees that are just knocked over and a lot of them didn't even start here. They started up above, up there, up the hill, above the snow sheds. And when the avalanche came, they just came right over the edge and ended up right down here. And some went on down. And the first set of snow sheds that we looked at got lambasted there, you know. And all this stuff will eventually end up down there. Not all trees survived old growth, that's for sure.
KeeperOfTheMountain.com